see sense. They go kill you. Ideology is the people there. It must be not compulsory. It not compulsory. You see now. You want to start what you can't finish. You want to start what you can't finish. Ideology. No, leave him. I go cast you now. Say, she go say it's not a pickpocketer. See you. Why you can't you guys wake up your brain? Kanu dey there now. Una don't abandon Kanu. You don't even mention about Kanu again. As they bring her, now say they take her, they taunt you guys. As you say, now they bring Obi, I go tell you, say, okay, let's people they continue.
Your man na Jagawere. Come here. Come and talk it. Come and talk it. Jagawere.
You started with Kanu, you abandoned Kanu. Wait till you come one. See, you won't rob the lady. I never seen people like you. Your mouth just come. See all those ones waiting at the talk here. Say that stop her. Say agitation will come here.
In their place. They come their own. Yes. You give them, not the only form, not the only form of them.
Nobody will talk. Give them up to expense.
Spend well.
I call her.
Not your mother could know. You could be old. You give the record of yourself.
Hey, no, tell me anything. You say, you guys should wake up there. You guys should wake up. We say Oduduwa is coming. Yes. But you know, say, the Afra is coming. You have to talk in is the one that can fix the one.
Yes, ready to die for
you never stand. You are a double mount person.
Politics. You want to be
I told you what I told you. I was. They don't say you are
Good morning and welcome to the program this morning. This is Bystanders at the Newsstands. I am Christian Chuku. We are right here in Ogba to get people talking on the topical issue that we have this morning. As you can see, we have bystanders this morning at the newsstands deliberating on topical issues. We have on the national dailies this morning. Once again, welcome to the program. I have my committed analysts here this morning. They are here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. Let's go straight to national dailies. I have the Nation with me, the Nation newspaper. I also have the New Telegraph, the Nation and the New Telegraph. Let's start with the New Telegraph. The main headline on the New Telegraph: I won't allow politicians intimidate Nigerians with personal resources. Buhari blows hot that I won't allow politicians intimidate Nigerians with personal resources. Above the masthead, we have FG fears airlines imminent collapse over 19 billion naira debts. FG fears airlines imminent collapse over 19 billion naira debts. Below the paper, we have Kyari Nigeria will stop importing petroleum products by mid-2023. Nigeria will stop importing petroleum products by mid-2023. That's June. Justifies contract to private security outfits. Religious leaders, government officials, security agencies complicit in oil theft. Religious leaders, government officials, security agencies complicit in what we call oil theft in Nigeria. And over 600 billion naira spent on roads rehabilitation. 600 billion naira spent on road rehabilitation. Yes. International Day of the Disappeared. 14,000 children still missing in Nigeria. That is from ICRC. 14,000 children still missing in Nigeria. Uh, on PDP, Mimiko Olafeso will emerge as IU's replacement. Mimiko Olafeso may emerge as IU's replacement. Agbaje Arakwaja also on the card. Let's look at fuel subsidy. CBN Governor, IGP, DSS boss to appear before reps today on fuel subsidy. CBN Governor, IGP, DSS boss to appear before reps today. Alleged organ harvests. UPO asks courts to stop biodata release to Ekweremadu. London court. UPO asks courts to stop biodata release to Ekweremadu. Yes, let's act fast on economy. ASU strike. Obas Osibajo tell governors, let's act fast on economy. And ASU strike. Osibajo tells governors as PGF appeals to lecturers to end the strike. Some lecturers are already withdrawing from the ASU. Unilag has withdrawn. Some lecturers from the IBB University, Niger State has withdrawn. Ekiti State University also have withdrawn. Others are also taking suit because of the statement created to the ASU chairman saying that state universities are just mushroom universities. Let's go straight to the Nation newspaper on Igboho. 20 billion naira damages against DSS on the appeal court. The reverse is 20 billion naira damages against the DSS. No rift between Tinubu Adamu over campaign council, says APC. No rift between Tinubu Adamu over campaign council, says APC. Fidelity Bank gets CBN's nod to acquire Union Bank. Fidelity Bank gets CBN's nod to acquire Union Bank. UK. Wike cautions McCarthy others on PB crisis. Wike cautions McCarthy others on PB crisis. Main headline on the Nation newspaper this morning. Buhari to Nigerians. I won't interfere in next year's polls. I won't interfere in next year's polls. Osibajo challenges governors on economy and ASU. Petrol importation to end June 2023. Petrol importation to end June 2023. Influential Nigerians among 122 arrested suspected oil thieves. 295 illegal connections discovered in 200-meter pipeline. Churches, mosques involved in vandalism, theft. Reverse your decision on strike, federal government tells ASU. Minister insists all unions demand met. VCs, pro-chancellors to meet education minister September 6th. Parents urge parties to resume talks. That is what we have for today. I have Otumba. Good morning, Mr. Kule.
Yeah, good morning,
Otumba. Thank you to Mr. Olire for your support to the interviewers.
And likewise, let me back it up. Oli, respect to you. We appreciate you. God bless you. And stay safe in America there. Greet Madam for me. I greet everybody. I greet all the people that have been supporting us. Nevertheless, we are here for the struggle of liberation of Nigeria. We are here for the struggle to right the wrong they've imposed on the oppressed people in this country, which it has to stop. Nigerians are dying. Nigerians are suffering. The government in powers are enjoying. The people in powers are enjoying. So, thank you very much. Thank you.
The struggle, some people are backing down. Some people are just, they are not standing up for what they used to.
Yeah, Christian, thank you very much. What is happening here now is even like making me to deviate. But I'm still getting pet talk from people. Daddy Cole, bless you. I appreciate you very much. The suffering in this country is enough for people brain to wake up. I've adjusted my shortcoming now that there's no Messiah, and I've been saying it. Christian, you can bear me witness. I've been saying that there's no Messiah. Yesterday, I said hundreds of all these presidential candidates that presented themselves, they cannot fix this country. Look at what we just read now. that about the oil.
Let's look at petrol importation to end next year, June 2023.
That is the problem. It's a carryover. It's going to be a carryover problem. That's what I say. The way it is now, the best thing is for the agitators that have been clamoring for Oduduwa Nation, what's it called, Biafra Nation. Like that's what I'm telling my brother.
Good news.
It's not good news. It's not
petrol
good news.
importation to end next year.
The next year they
Now,
tell
the
you.
Dangote refinery will be up and running.
What I'm hearing is, can Dangote refinery sustain the productivity with naira? With naira in Nigeria, yeah. Because what is on table now is people will be paying to buy, oil from Dangote refinery with naira, which cannot sustain the investment that these guys are put on ground. Everything is in dollars now in Nigeria. All our leaders, they are spending dollars. All the, everything is dollarized in Nigeria now. And to the extent it has affected the airline. Some airlines have told you that they are backing out from flying Nigerian routes, space. So you could look at that. Since your currency, depreciates to the extent that it has no value any longer, nothing can pick up in the economy because they know the strong economy.
Now we have a refinery that is working, that would work.
That will work. They're telling you that will work.
Is that not a sign?
It's but at same time, let me tell you, the man himself, Mr. Dangote, will want to recoup his investment back. Mind you, majority of the fund this guy used, it was bank loan, external loan, and to the extent he has to repay those loans with interest. And it's easier said than done. They're saying that there will be enough for us with the advent of the Dangote refinery. But you are not looking at the cost. That's the biggest project in Nigeria, in sub-Saharan Africa for now. That's Dangote refinery. It's the biggest project in sub-Saharan Africa. So what we are saying now is you cannot hand over a resources of the whole country. You cannot turn it to a monopoly, way in which it's only around Dangote refinery alone we are relying on. How about the Warri refinery? How about the Kaduna refinery? How about the Port Harcourt refinery? What is going on there? Do you think Dangote refinery can satisfy or can service the whole 240 million people without not working on this refinery? The outcome, before they even embark on that, all the people that have been turning around the refinery since the advent of democracy under Mr. General Obasanjo, they should bring all those people to book. Recoup all the money back. Because there are contractors that have been doing that. We know them. They pick them all around the region. We pick them, So, but blind people like
religious leaders,
like
security agencies complicit in this oil theft.
They are all. They are all places. They are in the southeast, they are in the southwest, they are in the south. All of them are there. So nobody should be exempted. They are all culpable. They should bring them to book. Because the money they are using to turn around our commonwealth, they are using to turn around the refinery, and the refinery has not been working since. They should recoup the money back from them. They should recoup the money back from them because they are the one putting us in this suffering with the support of the government in power. It's so saddening.
We are looking at over 1.1 trillion naira that was used in turning around.
And nothing is turning. It has been like that since they did it under General Obasanjo. They did it under, I think, stay was short. And I still say that man is the only Messiah Nigeria missed on earth. He's the only Messiah, and may so rest in peace. But the way things are now, the economy downturn now, I see nobody coming in to fix this economy. That is why those guys that want us liberated, we should support them. Those guys that want us liberated, that are clamoring for liberation, we should support them. Because me, as I am now, I'm tired. I'm sick of this country called Nigeria. Nothing can really work. Where are they going to start from? Is it more your budget that you have to still borrow to fund? Is it that one? Who is going to borrow you money any longer? You're a bad debtor. Nobody will look at your face any longer. So is this same country we start
But there are
carrying
some
over?
persons that believe that they can fix Nigeria.
Who are the people?
In the
Tell
case
me.
of these
Who are they are
candidates.
see, it's
If you
easier.
ask
It's easier said than done.
If you ask Obi,
Obi,
if
Tinubu,
you ask
Atiku
they'll
cannot
tell
fix
you.
this country. That's why I'm telling my brother. Say the best solution. You cannot fix a country that is deceptive under a deceptive what's it called, constitution. What is the foundation they have to build up? Now there's no foundation they have to build up, because the same carryover of where Buhari stopped, they will still carry on. You know, you could see what is happening now. He said the fuel subsidy will end in 2023. So that means the person that is coming in now, the presidential candidate that is coming in now, is going to still inherit all these subsidies, payments, right? He cannot just discard it in his first term, in his first, that won't happen. That won't happen. That means the incoming government will still start borrowing upon our head again. You know, it's a very disastrous thing we are facing, but we never come to reality. And that is why I'm telling you the solution of this country is let there be Arewa region, let there be Oduduwa nations, let there be what's it called, Biafra nations. Let everybody.
That is, if there's a referendum.
In
the constitution, there's no provision for referendum.
We have to insert it in the constitution.
How do you insert
That's it. We rewrite our constitution. That's why I'm saying election. No, Tunisia did that. Tunisia did that.
We'll do this.
No, Tunisia did that. They are rewriting now. There was a huge protest that we want the tree. I mean, the roots that hold us together is no more fertile. It's no more strong for him to hold the whole nation together. And Tunisia did that. What's the population of Tunisia? They did that with their population is less than Nigeria, but they still know that the wrong that is happening in their country, they have to correct it before it degenerated into monstrous problem. And that is what is happening now. We have a lot of monsters that occupied this country. Problem of monsters in this country we have. How do we solve it? We have to sit down. It's only a madman that wake up, you still keep repeating same thing every day without change. You know, change is always constant. Why can't we empower on that? Say enough of all this sharing of our allocations, revenue and income. The governors are no more vibrant. The governors are no more working. All they do is when month ends, they fly down to Abuja to come and go and collect their allocation. To go and collect what's it called? What do they even call what the money they share? They all share between federal states and the local allocation, federal allocation. It's just a give. It's just a cake, a baked cake. They didn't even work. They didn't even work to bake. They are just going there to have a slice of it. You don't work for something. You are going there to have a slice of it. How do you value that? That's why you see all these people. They are just spending the money as they like. They're wasting our commonwealth, in which the masses that owns the commonwealth are being neglected. So
okay, Buhari to Nigerians, I won't interfere in next year's polls.
See, I think I have to advise this government. Election is not our problem now. Election is not the next thing. The election is going to be the continuity of suffering in this country. To me personally, I don't subscribe to election coming up 2023, because untidy house can never work well under untidy governments. You know, that's what I'm saying now. People that are wasting their times all around, movements, Obi movement, Emiloko, all this thing, it cannot work, my brother, because the foundation is rotten. Every day we keep doing same thing, carry over same thing all over. You see, that's just it.
Okay, reverse your decision on strike. Federal government tells ASU.
It's the same carryover problem I've been saying. I've been hearing ASU strike since 80s, since 1980s.
The parents are asking
since 1980s, and ASU strike is still happening up to now. That is something is wrong with this country. You say what?
Begging lecturers.
Parents are begging.
Yeah, ASU. They're begging ASU.
And they can be begging, but ASU will tell them, if you go back to the classroom, is it not same half-baked system, half-baked products, half-baked graduates. Your children will turn to half-baked graduates and they can never be employed anywhere. It's just that you are wasting money on those kids. The tuition fee you are paying will go down in drain because they want a better system for the education in this country. And what better system than fund the educational sector? And I've been saying this in UN convention, UNESCO convention, they propose every nation must invest put aside almost, I think, 18% of the budget to education, allocate 18% of the budget to education. But is Nigeria following suit? Is Nigeria following suit? When you look at what is being budgeted to education, allocated to education, the budget that has been allocated to education is 0.0, they even value defense more than the education as it is. Defense always had one of the large sum of budgets. And that's with the budget going to defense, there's still insecurity. Why not educate people so that people can be able to create job for themselves? But as it is now, go and check all these graduates, all these NYC, no sound. How many of them are sound to withstand the pressure in the country now? How many of them are sound to create jobs themselves? How many of them are innovative? Nothing. All they teach them is when they graduate, they will have to start looking for job, not creating job for themselves. Is that the kind of education we want to start? See, this country, we need to wake up. We are all pretenders. Both the followers of Bill, both the followers of Tinubu, both the followers of Atiku, we should all wake up and say, this journey we want to embark on again will lead us nowhere. It's still the continuity of suffering. Because once the foundation is rotten, nothing can work. And nobody can work under a deceptive foundation, which is a deceptive constitution. This country needs to rewrite a brand new
Let's look at
constitution.
Sunday Igboho. Appeal Court reverses the 20 billion damages against the DSS.
High Court awarded that damages for government to pay them. Now the government went to appeal, and the appeal court nullified it. Now it's now left for him to go to Supreme Court, and I think he has a sound lawyer because they intruded into his private life. They intruded into his rights of existence. If you want to even get somebody arrested, you have to invite him, and if you don't invite him, there's a way you can. There are borders all around. I think what they did to Igboho then was very, it's uncalled for. There are borders. You can just wait for him when he wants to travel and hold him down, like what they did in Benin. It's not like invading his house, killing. I don't know. The kind. You could see all the mess that is been happening. That means they definitely can come around here. We are here now. Somebody that just come here and harass us and put us say, okay, we are prisoners of, and turn us to prisoners of conscience. That we have to be jailed. We have to be, without trial, without concrete trial. And we are the lawyers. That's what I'm telling you. The NBA, this thing they did that day, is of no relevance to me. Because those lawyers, they're supposed to stand for the rights of the people. Rights of the people. But how many of them are standing for rights of the people, oppressed people now? They always stand for the rights of the politician that have embezzled this money. So the problem of Nigeria is cumbersome. It's just, we have to see the way it is. Christian, please let us all be praying. Let us all be praying that God will touch these people's hearts. And if God doesn't touch their hearts, let us speak out and move out. Okay. Say we want a new constitution for this country. Okay. Constitution that will put everybody, every region where they belong. Constitution that will that will bring smile to Nigerians. Not all this suffering and smiling every day, waking up, same system, same set of people governing the nations. Enough is enough.
Yes, I have Mr. Chigozie. Mazi Chigozie, good morning, Mazi Chigozie.
Yeah, I'm the man, Mazi Chigozie. Good morning, Christian,
good morning.
And esteemed viewers across the globe.
Yeah, I'm thinking on ASU. If our students are going through this, that means our certificates, our education would not be taken seriously by other nations.
See, the last submission made by my brother Kunle presupposes that he is not yet ready. He has not made his decision to of course, to decide where he stands. He says you have to pray so that God will touch their hearts. You can imagine the kind of deception. You see, self-deception and very destructive. You have to be praying so that God will touch their heart. Okay, God will touch their life till infinity now. So if God decides otherwise, as if God has an interest in this useless contraction, He has other better contraction. Nations and the people who promote humanity, He should give concentration to.
If you are going to
And
talk
not
about
this. You are telling me God should. You should pray. That is madness.
You need the leaders to organize a referendum, and perhaps.
So you have to
Referendum
pray
is
that
not
God should touch their hearts. Touch their hearts to give you referendum. A few days ago, about 30,000 children were reported dead annually as a result of air pollution. All this downpour and all this thing, there is no regulation, there is no, they don't checkmate the excesses of this abuse. You still want the same people, you should pray that God should touch their hearts. The same people carted away billions of dollars meant for the benefit of all. You are still sitting down, folding your hand. Today you tell me Oduduwa. Today you tell me referendum. Today you support Jagawere. Tomorrow you say God should touch their hand. Which kind of statement is that? I'm not trying to insult this person, but he should, grow up and be decisive. And take a stand. How can you tell me God should touch their heart? You know how many billions have been expended? And yet, things are not working. The same man who told us that he's going to float a state-of-the-art refinery, I ended up doing that in Niger Republic.
We have the Dangote refinery.
And people have not asked questions, including you yourself. You have not asked questions. That what you have promised to Nigerians, why didn't you deliver it? A man who said he was going to create 3 million jobs annually. You've not asked questions. Mr. President, why are you not delivering on your electoral promises to the people? And you say I should continue to pray God to touch their heart. May that tongue cease to talk. No, the tongue of the confused. I don't mean the tongue of Kunle. Any tongue of the confused should be sealed forever, because it doesn't make any sense telling me that you should continue to. This is time to speak, and this is time to act. If you don't bring them to book, if you don't hold them responsible, there is nobody that can. You want the likes of Buhari for God to touch which heart again? If God didn't touch his heart, 1983, when he ousted a democratic elected president of Shagari, God didn't touch his heart. He came out with austerity measures. He clamped down on so many businesses during those times. He had a repeat of what is happening. God didn't touch his heart. And now, by the Babangida, God didn't touch their heart. You see, if the Sri Lanka citizens had been waiting for God to touch their heart, the president of Sri Lanka wouldn't have fled. You see, they stood up and acted and in defense of their own right, their civil, their natural liberty. You see, entrusted to the government. It is not their absolute right to abuse such privilege. It's just a mere privilege, Buhari becoming the president of Nigeria. I know, of course, the process that saw him there was the worst, of course, corrupt process. So that notwithstanding, but the reality is that he's been fed on people's payers' money, taxpayers' money. That is what I'm part of the people taking care of Buhari, feeding him.
You're part of people taking care.
Yes. Because what is meant for I and you is being expended to take care. Of course, he carted away billions of naira. And now he's telling me I should begin to pray to who? We can't continue to deceive ourselves. Continue to pray. Why children are dying? Why you can't access healthcare facilities? You see, you can't have education. Education is the fundamental right of every child. And any government that fails to deliver such to her own citizens or populace is a useless and a fake government. Look at what ASU is talking now. Just a stipend, just to put the condition, learning condition, moderately conducive. That is what they're asking. To get research equipments and all that. That is just what they're asking. To upgrade the facilities, the laboratories, and all that. Go to the university libraries. You see obsolete, I mean, archaic documents, outdated information, books that can't, create room for research. These are just what they're asking. They're not asking anything bad, but to add value, to build capacity. And you, that is the government, you refuse to build the capacity of your people. And you tell me you're a government. Eh? The London you spent almost 200 years. 200, almost within 7 years, you have spent up to close to two years in traveling. It's people that fix that country. It's the process of education that brought to fore what you are enjoying in UK. And you need to educate your own populace and prepare them. So I should be waiting for God to touch your heart. People that have sold their heart, don't even have heart. Which heart again? Eh? You see a man of Buhari say God we should touch his heart. Where is the heart again? No, tell me where is the heart to touch?
Is God not almighty?
Somebody must have a heart before you can even pray for God to touch it. And the lots of people that are here watching, most of them don't have hearts. You see, you say God should touch. Which heart?
Okay, let's talk about petrol importation to end next year, June. We have the Dangote refinery, and we'll get ready next year.
That is what I'm saying. Somebody with heart can't be saying such blunder. You spent for good 8 years as the commander-in-chief, grand commander-in-chief, and you met us as the president, the minister of finance, the minister of petroleum. You cannot guarantee one functional refinery, at least deliver to Nigerians, one functional, even modular refineries that will serve for local content, domestic content use. And you are now deferring it after when your tenure have elapsed. You are not pushing the same plane to the next, of course, a government which you don't know whether it will exist. Because with the current happenings, I don't think there is anything like government. Because you have destroyed the fabrics of the existence of the Nigerian states, on the constitution called Nigeria, because you know that it's not yet a state. You see? And you are now telling us that you have failed so woefully that you have given hope of course, delivering on your campaign promises to Nigerians. By submission, of course, by interpretation, implication, he is just submitting to Nigerians that he is a monumental failure.
No,
and everyone attached to him.
The importation of petrol will end next year, June.
Next year, June. Who will be there by next year, June? His tenure elapsed 29th of May. You see, 1 hour after 29th of May, he's no longer in control. So who is he apportioning that responsibility to? Why won't he end now? For the past 7 years, what has he been doing? Huh? He has been touring the whole world for sightseeing, for luxury. He never saw that the need to fix the refineries, to create the job he promised Nigerians. You see, children are dying on daily basis. Why should children die to such? Everything is killing Nigerian children. Even the matches. Mosquito is killing. Ordinary air pollution is killing. Water pollution is killing. There is no water. When you take a sample, blood sample of everyone here, someone must have some degree, some level of viral loads. somebody is well, even myself, I'm not well, because somebody that is well will not be talking like this. You see? Knowing that you are challenging the powers, but what you are doing is the truth. Yeah, you may say we are mad, yes, but that madness is what is needed. The tempo should be increased. Rather than saying you should be continue to pray. How long have you prayed for Nigeria? You're not talking about your daily meal. You're talking about praying. As I'm talking now, I'm thinking of what I will eat after this moment. So I should concentrate on praying for Nigeria. Praying for Buhari that God to change his mind. People are dying. You say I should pray for Nigeria. I should pray for Buhari. You should also ask me to pray for Finnegas. So that God should continue to bless Buhari.
Yeah, Buhari tells Nigerians, I won't interfere in next year's elections. I will not interfere in next year's elections.
The past has been our experience. And to greater essence, we cannot change the past. And the present is a concern. Because it's the present that can tell us whether there is a future. And the future lies our interest. If the present you are not secured, the security is not guaranteed. If in the present you cannot give Nigerian drinking water, potable water, you cannot create jobs for Nigerians. You cannot create, opportunities. Nigerians are hungry. Nigerians are dying. There are no health facilities today. And you have not any plan, you have not any program for tomorrow. Then what assures you there is anything like tomorrow? The future. So Nigeria has become a theater of conflict, a theater of war. A theater of conflict. Not everything is in disarray, as you can see today. How much is a liter of kerosene? 1,000 plus now. How much is a kilogram of gas? 1 kg. How much is it? How much is diesel? To my own chagrin, to my own amazement, 900 a liter of diesel. How do you expect the small-scale businesses to strive? That's why all the aircraft industries are leaving Nigeria. What does that show you? If the Nigerian state is viable, if Nigerian states, this construction has a future called tomorrow, they wouldn't have been living. These are multinationals who have their dollars to invest, but they have seen that Nigerian state is already dead. Is it dead in physical correspondence, economic correspondence? And there's no need. It's needless wasting their time, effort, and resources invested in this country. They are affording. Aero contractors, all of them are living with high level of over 6,000, close to 7,000 doctors, Nigerian trained doctors, left within the last 7 years. So what is the implication to the health security? If you are 6,000 or close to 7,000 doctors, this does not include nurses, midwife, and other health workers, health personnel. 6,000 trained, qualified doctors. When you talk of doctors, these are consultants. They left Nigeria. That's why when you go to Ifakoijaye General Hospital now, you might be waiting for doctor and you die there. You see? And you'll be taken to mortuary. You see? Because of ordinary paracetamol, they needed to administer to you to save life. I'm a witness. I went there and the last time I took my child there, I said I told the book. I was prepared for eventuality that day. I thought I want somebody to make God punish somebody to ask me why did I tear the book. I told the fight there and went out as if God cannot save this boy, let him die and go. But I cannot remain here. My wife I said, what can I do? Please. And I said, what on, please? Before they said, please, if I don't tear everything, come out. And God honored that faith. God has spent that, it's 7 years now, by November it will be 8 years. See? Is this a kind of system you continue to pray that God should touch their hearts? Doctors are leaving. Lecturers are on strike. How can you expect somebody to stand and talk, to teach, to impart? the younger generation without taking care of his own basic needs. Did Nigeria pay for their education? And you want them to stay empty stomach and be teaching. You say no work, no pay. You that is there in Aso Rock, Buhari, are you working? In fact, they should be deducting your money. They should collect all the money you have been taking because you are not working. Nigeria was shaking before. You now kid Nigeria, and they're still paying you for killing Nigeria. You see, you subjected Nigeria to some level of cruelty, economic disaster. The senators are not working. Are they working there? Some of them are dozing off, and they wake up to see, say, hey, even though Nigeria will die, say hi. Nigeria will not move forward. Say hi. They say hi.
Okay. Thank you very much,
And the lecturers that are working, you say you not pay them. What kind of cruelty is that? I say I should continue to pray for people like this to sustain and revalidate this system. You talk about election. He will not influence the outcome of what kind of his presence is not felt, and his absence will forever means nothing.
Okay,
except that, of course, he must be brought to book, and everyone that is in support of this first system. The way forward, of course, the rest of Felix have lost relevance and, of course, direction.
Okay,
so the only way forward is let Oduduwa go to preserve humanity. Let Biafra, of course, have a breath of fresh air. Let Biafra go. And my brothers in the north, whatever they decide, I mean, Funiga is there to tell them what to do.
Thank you very much.
Well, I am quite surprised, Mr. Chigozie. Will you permit me to talk on what is... you know, I don't know why Mr. Chigozie is having two mouths. Last year he was talking about IPOB. Today now he's talking about Nigeria.
You talk about Nigeria today?
He talks about Nigeria today.
Okay.
He has enjoyed Nigeria like never before. If people like Mr. Chigozie knows the problem of Nigeria, he should be able to tell us the solution of Nigeria.
That's why I called you in, like, the solution. If you ask Mr. Chigozie, he will tell you that Biafra. He will tell you the vision of Nigeria. That is his consistency. So, now what is the solution? Let me ask you, what's the solution?
The solution is this. Election is around the corner. In the next 6 months, we'll be going for a general election. This is the time for us to scrutinize the candidates. If Obi is the one that can do it, let us ask him. I heard that Obi said he's going to take us from consumption to production. How is he going to do it? What are his strategies? What are the things he's putting on ground? You understand? Like in 2015, when the APC came into power, they said they were coming for change. Nigeria never asked them what kind of change are they bringing to the table. You understand? Nigeria never asked them, and that is the bad influence we are suffering now. They came, they said they could not do it. They are going to the next level. The next level brought us to what? A very critical and a dangerous.
Okay, you're saying we should wait for the next year's election.
The election. What I'm saying is this: a leader that can fix it. And
we have 41 trillion naira as debt. 41 trillion. Inflation, 37%. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
I understand what you are saying.
We have, even our current budget, we are supposed to borrow over 11 trillion naira next year to be able to fund that budget.
The question I will need to ask
insecurity.
Just hold on, sir.
Okay.
Just hold on. Our oil, our tax, our internal revenue are eaten by a lot of people. If we are borrowing to pay all these things, that means there's something wrong somewhere. Number one, the presidency, the executive, this system is so expensive for Nigeria to run. This system of government is expensive for Nigeria to run based on our revenue? Why are we borrowing to pay salaries? Why are we borrowing to build infrastructures? We need to tell ourselves the truth. The truth is this, that if we have people that are competent, people that knows the in and out of Nigeria economy, they will be able to tell us the expert rates. Not bringing somebody that does not know about the economy. Look at when Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was running the economy of Nigeria. He was able to tell us and project that this is where we are going to, this is where we will be. But in Nigeria today, we don't have someone that is telling us. Our president is being ruled by sentimental people. He chooses people based on his sectionalism of sectional distance. Imagine telling our president said they should not blame him for where Nigeria is now. It's a shame.
Okay. Are you through?
Yes, sir.
What of the how do you think we can offset our debt for the 1 trillion? What's the way forward?
Well, that 41 trillion, let us look at who they gave those money to. Who they gave those money to. There are some states that their debts are inclusive. Let us see. I believe Lagos State is one of the highest debt. Lagos State is one of the highest debtors that they are owing. They are part of them. They are one of the highest. Let us see. What do they use this money for? How are they going to repay them back? By so doing, we will be able to get to the root of the matter.
Okay.
Our oil and the money is being siphoned. Who are the people that are siphoning those money? Our president knows it. Our president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He knows them. He knows them. And my final take is this. Our president said corruption.
Talk about the ASU strike.
ASU strike. This you don't give what you don't have. Our president does not have what it takes to run educational sector. Adamu, he is not worth to be a minister of education. Did you look at the chairman of ASU on politics today? He said this government are just playing with media propagation. That they know what they can do to stop this strike. They are going to do this thing, calling the vice chancellor, let them do this, that will not solve the problem. And I'm going to say this. If the rest of them feel that what the ASU chairman is saying is wrong, let all their children that are schooling abroad should school in Nigeria and see whether they will not be will not have a better academician in Nigeria.
Some private schools are not part of this strike. Some private universities are not part of this strike.
Private university, we are talking. How many of these people in government? How many of these politicians' children attend private university here? How many of them? I don't think they're up to one. I can only mention on one person, this former Ekiti State Governor, Ayodele Fayoshe. The rest take their children outside the country.
Okay.
My final take is this. Let us... Okay.
Your final take.
No, I was trying to see whether to quickly... My final take...
I want to interfere in next year's elections.
He's just telling lies. Buhari is telling lies.
The president is telling lies.
Buhari is telling lies. He has never said this. He has never said anything truth. In 2015, he said, I am for nobody, I am for everybody. You yourself know. Who is the president for? Who is the president for? Is it not for the Fulani? You said the president is not saying, he has never said anything truth.
So you're saying he's going to interfere in the election?
He's going to interfere in the election. He's going to interfere in the election.
Who would he support?
Did you know that he nominated the INEC, this INEC rec?
Some APC
he nominated them into the INEC.
Electoral Commissioner.
And he's telling us that he will not interfere. What is he actually trying to say?
He's opposite. He's interfering. He's opposite of it.
No. So what you're saying that when the president says something, we should not take it.
We should not take the president. He is not saying the truth. He does not stand by his word. He gave the Minister of Education. He gave the Minister of Education 2 weeks to go and sort out the issue of the strike, ASU strike. What happened?
2023.
No solution.
Who is your candidate?
Don't ask me. I've told the people. My candidate, I know my candidate. I don't want people to be calling me and be saying, why am I supporting this candidate? Well, no, I know my candidate. I know my candidate. Chigozie know my candidate. Chigozie know my candidate. You know my candidates. Lazarus know my candidates. Everybody know my candidates. I stand to be corrected on this, but I know my candidate.
Know your candidates?
You know my candidate, except you want to attach to Buhari. You want to be attached to Buhari. The only difference between you and Buhari is that Buhari is fair. You are black.
Mr. Felix.
When is the finish this morning?
Mr. Felix, I don't know his candidate.
He said the only problem between you and Buhari is that he said you are dark in complexion. Buhari is fair in complexion. That is the only difference.
I don't know his candidate. He's a Binima. He's an Edo man. I don't know his candidate.
I think he's within his right to decide who to support.
I want him to say it by himself.
And he's within his right to decide not to disclose it.
Okay. So let's look at Dangote Refinery. We have a Dangote Refinery that will be working next year. Probably that's what prompted the GMD NNPC that the petroleum importation will end next year, June.
It's unfortunate that Nigerian government will be waiting for Dangote Refinery. I quite agree that Dangote Refinery with a store capacity of 650,000 barrels per day will refine what Nigeria will consume. And if you look at the haste with which federal government rushed to acquire 20% equity from that refinery, you see a government that want to rebuild it so. Because for me, I don't see why a government that have not been able to manage 4 refineries.
Are they not moribund?
You may say they are moribund, but the group managing director is saying that they are working to revamp it. What I'm trying to say in essence is, what is the essence of waiting for Dangote Refinery? A situation where we have 4 refineries, you have not been able to make good use of it. As we speak, under this administration, they have spent 1.48 trillion to carry out turnaround maintenance of the refineries. So, if you say you are removing subsidy, you are stopping importation of refined products by next year, perhaps because Dangote Refinery is coming on board, whether I would like it or not, Dangote is a businessman. He may have gotten loan from maybe some banks to complement what he have before building that refinery. So as a businessman, he will evaluate the situation and know where and how to sell. There's no law that will compare to that he must sell to Nigeria. But what I'm saying is, it's a good omen that Dangote Refinery is coming on board. But Nigerian government should not take pride.
As against our 4
Nigerian government should not take pride.
Okay.
Because we have our refineries that we have not been able to manage. We have 4 refineries. We have not been able to manage it. We have been sinking money into maintenance. And the money, there's no result on ground. So for me, I think Mr. President should have dealt with the issues now, rather than pushing subsidy removal to perhaps June next year when he would have handed over. Because for me, it's like postponing the evil day. Because Mr. President knows that what they claim that Nigerians are consuming is not realistic. Because the figures show that we are consuming about 64 million liters of PMS a day. I don't think that is true. I don't think it's true. And it's on that basis that they are paying subsidy.
Okay. Do you agree that petroleum importation will end next year?
It is a matter of policy. It's not about whether I agree. If the government decide that today they'll stop importing and they allow private sector to take over, it's just that the government is the one monopolizing the system. And the government is the one, look at, you see, It's unfortunate that they play politics with everything in Nigeria. The government now tell us that what they are doing is under recovery. They are running away from using that word subsidy. But whether we like it or not, the difference between the landing cost and the actual amount we are selling at the pump price is the difference they are paying is subsidy. What I'm trying to say in essence is when this government were in opposition, they created the impression that there was nothing like subsidy. When they now come, when they assume office, they are now faced with reality that actually there is subsidy. But the problem is the amount they claim to be paying is not what we are consuming. That is where the problem lies. And that is the area Mr. President needed to address rather than pushing it to next year.
On the part of subsidy, we have the CBN governor, IGP, DSS boss to appear before the House of Reps today because that money being paid for subsidy, there is a doubt that that's the actual amount.
To be quite honest with you, nothing good will come out of that. It didn't start with this administration. I've not seen any time the legislative arm of government at the national level will carry out an investigation and it will see the light of the day. So for me, I think it's going to be another waste of time, another waste of resources, and the whatever outcome of that investigation, I don't think the executive will take it seriously. Because even the time they fired Baba Chilawa, don't forget that the leadership of National Assembly under Saraki indicted the man. Federal government was dragging in accepting the investigation until they needed to pressure and consider their own panel of inquiry that eventually indicted the man. So Nigerian government executive have a history of not honoring any investigation that comes out of legislative investigation. And come to think of it, the legislative arm have right of oversight on the executive. But the way it is, because a Nigerian president is seen as a teen god, nobody wants to be in the babu of the president. So for me, it would have been a good thing that they are investigating it, but unfortunately, I don't think anything good will come out.
Okay, reverse your decision on the strike. Federal government tells ASU.
I think ASU should sustain that strike. I think our problem at this stage.
Begging ASU.
No, let us get it right once and for all. My problem is Ayuba Awaba, the chairman of Labour Congress, because when we heard that NSC, TUC, all the labor unions were trying to synergize with ASU to put pressure on the government to do the needful, we were happy. But as usual, it looked as if NSC have reneged. But I think that we are at this point, we need to encourage them. Because the way it stands, the government seems to have developed thick skin against ASU strike. Perhaps because they are not directly affected by what affects the students and academic system in Nigeria. So the only way they can be influenced or pressured to do the right thing is by shutting down the economy. And it is only NSC, TUC, Pengasin and all of them that has what it takes to shut down the economy. Because once you shut down the economy, oil production stops, federal government will force to call ASU for a negotiation, and there will be a genuine negotiation on the part of government. Because what we have been seeing is insincerity on the part of the federal government, trying to blackmail ASU, trying to coerce ASU into accepting their condition that is not favorable. We are talking about human capital that has to do with the skill, the knowledge and experience to drive every area of Nigerian human endeavor. And federal government is toiling with it. That's because their children, the government personalities, their children are not part of they are not part of the academic system in Nigeria. So for me, I think ASU should sustain that strike. Let all the labor unions join ASU to force the government to do the right thing.
Okay, let's look at Buhari to Nigerians. I won't interfere in next year's polls. Are we expecting a free?
But his actions have exposed him as someone who is already interfering. Because you can see in some quarters, people are asking that car members that are being nominated for resident INEC commissioners and INEC should be dropped. And I don't think the president is ready to listen to them. So for me, I think he's already interfering because election didn't start. It's not an event. It's a process. So the whole process of the election has to do with appointment of INEC commissioners, registration of voters, and others, even the decision of wards. So if the process of appointing INEC national commissioners is political and the laws are being flouted, so it's already interference. But in fairness to Mr. President, if you look at their internal democracy in APC, I think when they did their primary, I think he didn't interfere. But that notwithstanding, it's very difficult to believe that Mr. President will not interfere. And if you look at what happens in the election rigging in Nigeria, the president merely played little or no role in rigging. So what he needed to do, not just telling the world and Nigerians that he's not going to interfere, is what he needed to do is to strengthen the institutions that what it takes to that has the responsibility to midwife the election, to manage the election, to ensure that where people flout the law, they are prosecuted. Because whether we like it or not, somebody who goes to carry ballot box, there are relevant section of the constitution that deals with it. The person should be arrested and prosecuted. But the problem is a governor, a House of Assembly member, a rep member, a senator in their capacities from a ruling party has what it takes to go to the commissioner of police in a state, go to an area commander in an area, police area commander, go talk to the IG, and they will use those police personnel against the normal due process. I think that's where the problem lies. I don't think it is always Mr. President, whether an Obasanjo, a Yar'Adua, a Jonathan, even now Buhari, that normally give order to INEC personnel to rig election. I think it's the lieutenants who are the governors, House of Assembly members, rep members, senators, commissioners, the head of government. So I think what the government needed to do, what Mr. President needed to do, like I've just said, is to strengthen the institutions. That's what it takes to manage the situation, rather than telling us that he's not going to interfere.
Are pulling out of ASU, and also some universities.
I think I should discourage that, because a house that divided against itself cannot stand. The more you fragment ASU, the weaker it becomes. I think it is a strategy of the government to encourage people to break away from ASU. But they should realize that if you break away because of your pecuniary interest, perhaps because the government want to lobby you, want to give you one or two things, they should realize that at the long run, they will come back to suffer what ASU is fighting for. So that is the reason they should all wait and be a part of ASU to fight this thing. Because what ASU is fighting for is beyond their personal interest. It has to do with restructuring the educational system. So I discourage people who are leaving ASU to come back to ASU.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
I have do you have anybody online this morning, Mr. Sunday? Yes, sir. Just give us 1 minute. Let's speak to our brother, Mr. Sunday. He has been online since.
Yes. Mr. Tony.
Sunday. Sunday. I can't see you, Mr. Sunday. Just my brother at the camera side I can see you. Okay, Mr. Odesechima. Good morning, Mr. Odesechima. Yes, I can see you. You have the floor to contribute to what we are discussing here this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Christian, and the crew. I greet you all. I just want to contribute on the topic, your headline about this one that said that Buhari will say that he would interfere in the next election. The president has been established to be a liar. Are you getting me? There are many things before for the entire 200 million people that he's for no one and everybody. Buhari is the president. Just like Mr. The strike has gone in the indefinite mode.
Your network is bad, Mr. Odesechima. It seems your network is bad, Mr. Odesechima.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Christian. Mr.
Your
Lucky.
network is bad. I have Mr. Sunday. Good morning, Mr. Sunday. I can see you.
Good morning,
Mr. Sunday.
Good morning,
Let's
Mr.
get you
Christian.
contribute to the program this morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian. Mr. Lucky, how are you? How is everybody and your family? I want to greet everyone in Philip TV, all our crew, the Noala, the manager, the director, and everybody in Philip TV. I greet you all. I greet everyone. I greet Mrs. Vivian. I greet my boss in France, everybody, all in Philip TV, I'm sure. Mommy in Germany, everybody, Mr. Mommy Kachi, everybody, Mr. and Mrs. Okpayami, I greet everyone. I greet all those ones that have been praying for me, even the Philip TV crew. I've never forget this place. I know that this is where we start and we must end it. I know one day the politician, our so-called politician must know and hear that we start this thing for the betterment of Nigeria, of Biafra and Oduduwa, sorry to say Nigeria. I know we have been arguing for something before. Chigoze and Mr. Kule were arguing for something for praying for Nigeria. For me, I will not lie for you. I can never pray for this country again because I know the country cannot be good again. A country that cannot be good again when the president will make himself a petroleum minister and every sector of the petroleum industry that comes from the south is occupied by the northern people. My brother, and we are still sitting down looking. You understand? That is why you see when Buhari said I will not interfere in 2023 election, it's not a burden to me because I know we have a weak security system that even the army they don't know their right. I look about Guinea that even when the president want to do anyhow, the soldier overthrown the government and take them away. You understand? But Nigeria, we have a weak security system. Only our security know how to do is the masses, the poor men, the poor masses. But the security, the politician, the criminal are there traveling. Then why would they not be having meeting in London and US? The politician having meeting in London because there's no security to guide them. Mr. Chris, I want to tell you something. If me and you want to have meeting now, we go have meeting inside bush because we don't have money to go to London. You see, but then they have money to have meeting in London, to have meeting in America. You understand? Because everything in Nigeria have collapsed. Nothing to write them about. It's better they divide the country. Because if you want to send Nigeria now, nobody will buy. The money we hold China, we are not able to pay it. And they are telling us that Nigeria refinery will be okay in 2023, July, when Buhari have already left power. Who will bring it? When Nigeria will not be working. Because they will still ring the election for old people. And the youth do not accept that. And that is where the end of Nigeria have come. That is when the end of this country is called Nigeria. It will come because everybody will fight. I tell you before, if you don't have gun, my brother, go and buy gun and take to save yourself because very soon, the Fulani herdsmen, they are coming again to come and help their people to fight. Because the bandit, the gun that Buhari give to, the APC give to their talk in Lagos, give to their talk in Katsina, give to their talk in Bronu, have they collect the gun from them? No. That is why Buhari is just using him mouth to tell you, I will not interfere in 2023 election. Why he's planning how to kill you, to kill me, to kill our brothers and sisters, so that they will still put who they want inside power, not who we want. The president that have the mind to come and kill the youth, Aleki Toget. Do you think that president will not have the heart to kill everybody? You understand? That is the country we are running, and that's the country that you say you want to belong. That's why I say I did not belong to Nigeria because Nigeria is a first state in 2014 that Buhari, that they plan to bring Buhari into power. The British know what is happening. That's why I love Ojukwu. You know why I love him? Are you hearing me? I love Ojukwu because Ojukwu don't like cheating. Ojukwu did not want the British to come and take the oil that belongs to us. That's why he refused that don't help us to fight. Because the British are criminal. That is why we are now a slave to a particular tribe in this country. We are not a slave to a Fulani in this country. And you still tell me that we should remain. If they did not free now, they can a time will come that the flood that happened in Pakistan will still happen in Nigeria and swallow us all rock and nobody will remain. If let them go and write it down. And that's why I say I can never pray for Nigeria because Nigeria can never be good again. And Nigeria can never
Mr.
work
Sunday,
again.
for your contribution this morning. God bless you. Let me greet
So for
the village people. Let me
2023,
greet them. Thank you very much.
thank you. No, Allah, welcome. I don't time a Bemona go.
I have Edo.
Sunday.
Should we let's take one more person. Mr. Lucky. I know you are going. You are a busy man.
Oh, Mr. Christian.
Is that the diaspora? Okay, Mr. James. Good morning. Yes, sir. I can see Mr.
Good
James.
morning. Good
You
morning,
have
my
2 minutes to respond
good
to what we
morning.
are discussing here this morning.
Good morning, my brothers. I want to thank you for your good work. May God continue to strengthen you for giving us in abroad a chance to speak to Nigeria. God bless you, my brother. I want to tell Nigeria youth something. I do not be Lagos. I want to advise you people. It's better you people say no to election. Let Hausa go their own. Let Yoruba go their own. Let Igbo go their own. Let me tell you one thing. Look at Peter Obi. You people are shouting Peter Obi. Peter Obi is good. Peter Obi, who is Peter Obi boss? Atiku. Who is Atiku? Is Atiku a good person? Peter Obi, if really Peter Obi is a good person, why can't Peter Obi, the money he used to invest in UK, why can't Peter Obi use that money to invest in Nigeria? Where is Peter Obi wife investment? Where is Peter Obi children? All these politicians who you people want to vote for, where are their investments? Atiku investment is there in Dubai. All of them, no one invests in Nigeria. Why do you people want to keep on voting for them? You people know your enemy and you are still dancing and playing with your enemy. All these people are your enemy. Nigeria politicians are your enemy. Mr. Christian, thank you. I don't want to talk much. The earlier Nigeria youth, they understand what they want, the better for them. Bible don't talk and say my people perish because of lack of knowledge.
No be Lagos. I really enjoy Mr. My brother that just spoke now. I so happy that this our program is going far, far, far. Anyway, my name is Lucky. I don't know be Lagos. I don't know be Lagos. No. But you come for politics, I not Lagos. Anyway, a good topic this morning. My brother said something that election, the youth should make sure that no election. And that is my own take before. I said it. As I said of that, let Igbo vote for Obi. Let Yoruba vote for Tinubu. Let Hausa vote for Hausa. When they do that, then automatically the country is divided already. So, well, I support you, sir. Instead of the youth to channel that energy to those our leaders who did not allow our children to go to school, our children are generally 2 million march for Obi, 2 million march for Atiko, 2 million march for Tinubu. Nigeria has a big problem. Anyway, I didn't blame them. Don't blame us. Poverty have rubbished our face. So that is it, my brother.
Okay,
Let's go ahead.
Buhari to Nigerians, I will not interfere in next year's election.
Do you believe him? Buhari campaign. I will make for 50 naira. Buhari campaign every year 2 million employment. Buhari campaign, I will give you water. Buhari campaign, I will give you transport. All the whole campaign are zero. So Buhari to tell us that he forget that Tinubu campaign for him, APC campaign for him. So he have started lying again. Whether he campaign, whether he cannot, whether he support, Buhari is already.
No, he's saying that he will not interfere in next year's election.
That's what I'm telling you, the same thing now. I can never believe the Buhari say ha. That ha. Don't talk. He's complete liar. He's a liar. He's the man tell us a lot.
Integrity.
Which integrity? Who give integrity? Integrity as how? When our money is sapping going abroad, they bring about money today, tomorrow, they send it to abroad. Are you not surprised? Somebody now, that man that just spoke, should be an Igbo man. Abi? And he's an Igbo man. He said it. Obi invest in London. Why don't you invest in Nigeria? Atiko invest in Dubai. Tinubu now, everywhere you see for Nigeria is Tinubu house. Oh, everything. In fact, if Tinubu become the president, In the street, Agboro, Owoda, even Asorok, Owoda, everywhere, Owoda, Jaro, Owoda, all Nigeria, Owoda.
Believe that will happen?
The highest slogan in Lagos State is Owoda. Everywhere you go, landlord self, you knock, Owoda, early morning. He said, Emilio come. Before you know now, Emilio come. Senator go say, Emilio come, go enter there. President go say, Emilio come, enter there. Minister go say, Emilio come, enter there. Before you know, Nigerians become, we don't have much to talk again. Look at us, ASU. Where we have students, millions of student youth, ASU will be postponed every time, no resumption, postponing with president, with government, with governors. They are there. Instead of them to focus on ASU, how do we stop people of ASU so that our children can go back to school? All they are talking about 2023 election. I pray election 2020 should not hold in Jesus' name. Amen.
You pray and you say amen.
I will have to end them now. I don't see enemy there around.
So let's look at what do you think should ASU do on this strike?
Not to ASU, say, Nigeria should come out.
Parents are begging ASU.
Why are they begging?
Parents.
Me, I am doing my own year every day. I'm shouting. ASU, Buhari, governor, councillor, minister, they should pack all of them, go and throw inside sea. That's to pursue all of them. Let the youth come out. Let's do something. You can't stay there lamenting, crying every day, paying. Okay, now, before you know now, they will call out the strike again now. We'll gather money again, borrow money again. I get to be, we'll go and pay. Before you know 2 months again, they strike again. Is that a good thing? People are running to abroad. God don't have money to send my children to abroad. I get to be, where is the OB children? They're in abroad. Atiko children, they're in abroad. Wicked children, wicked that is running around. APC, PDP, ABGA, everywhere there. The children, just graduated. I'm here, they shout.
Your children in the house.
Eh?
Your children in the house.
They their house. I don't shout tire. My children is the one controlling me now. I can't control them again. I'm telling the truth. When I say, hey, you go tell me, say, Daddy, stop that, forget that one. Because how do I get money to feed them in the afternoon, in the morning, in the night? It's a problem. Pay for light, pay for this. So now, both my children and we are the same thing now. No father, no mother, no children. Because it's sort of become because they're at home. Anger is there. They're angry. I say I'm the one telling us not to go back to school. I'm telling you, to my children that I can't shout for them again. I get to be. So I expect this youth in Nigeria should come out mass. Let's start protesting. And why we channel our energy to politics? Waiting for 2023. Before you know now, Turubu started grouping youth. Atiko will group youth. Obi already grouping youth. But they will start fighting themselves. And before you know now, the elite, they will run to abroad, like Atiko go to Dubai. Obi will travel to London. Turubu, that one, every day, he run to abroad every day. Then why we too be suffering here? Who is the owner of this country? It's really the youth. The youth are not doing anything wrong. Something is wrong to the youth. We need to think.
Petrol importation to end next year, June.
Abakaro, Buhari, all of them, they say lie. They are liar. Their name are liar. Like women have channel lie to their body. Nigeria politicians in Nigeria, mostly APC and PDP, their name is a liar. Forget this man. You never read tomorrow. Did you know what happened tomorrow?
No, the Dangote refinery.
That is what I'm telling you. Buhari promised. Abakari said that once we come on board, our refinery will be working. Why do you mention the refinery will work 2022? Did you know tomorrow? All this, see, they are singing politician mouth in a campaign. This is campaign. It will not work. If the refinery did not work for 7 years, is it 1 month it work? So the APC has failed us. So that is it. All this example is a lie.
Okay, let's look at Igboho. Apicol have reversed the 20 billion naira damages they awarded against the DSS.
Igboho should focus on how to make sure that the Yorubas gone out to Nigeria.
leave all this 20 billion. Do you think Aboki will don't release 20 billion for you? Leave that one back.
20 billion.
How much did they do?
20 billion.
Aboki, they will never do that. Who is in charge of SSS?
Are you saying DSS is Aboki?
They will, yes, they are Fulanis now. Who is the head of DSS? Fulani. They can never leave that one back. You know that one. When I had that Igbo's 20 billion, I was just laughing. You think Buhari will start down Igbo 20 billion for where? Leave that one.
There's one thing I noticed. This Yam festival, Yam is supposed to be cheap.
Yeah, this is Yam. Yam no day. Yam no day. Not only Yam. Nothing can post of it now. One. August festival. Igbo said they don't go home. Igbo no go home. Because they're afraid not to be kidnapped. So Yam festival, August.
Okay, are you talking about Chigozie and
Chigozie, no. As I Chigozie doesn't even know rope to. Chigozie have not even traveled to Shagam since 3 years ago. Ask him. Travel to God. How much more August meeting? You know, normally August meeting you see a lot of yam. That's why they produce yam. Now no yam. Not everything are very expensive. Rice, albasa, tomatoes, yam. Everything I talk about that because one, I don't know what Nigerians are waiting for. I don't know whether manna will come for heaven. I mean, God will come down. I get me. This is time for us to react. I get me. No yam, no petrol, no electricity, no food. Our students, they are at home. We are not doing anything. So, for me, I'm doing my own here. I shall come everybody to shout, to tell Nigeria. I believe the whole world are watching us. Even Nigeria are watching us. They didn't believe us. Come, let me tell you. If you bring Papa Jebu here now, you see this play with crowd. Or where they drink baraga. Or where they talk about football. You see our youth full here. But when we talk about politics, and they move forward, so we will see them here. So where I pray God should come down, bring a good leader, or let that constitution should be rewrite, or let Igbo go, Hausa go, Yoruba go, let everybody go. That's the only thing that will save this country.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
For analysis. This morning, yes, we will get 1 or 2 persons to contribute to the program this morning. Who is online this morning?
So let's go. Let's go now. Come.
Yes, you have 2 minutes. There's nobody online. Okay. With that, we've come to the end of the program this morning. Thank you for being part of the program. We appreciate your viewership. Please click on the like button so that you can get more reach and also more views this morning. Okay. Mr. Monday, I will do so. Yes, Funigas, thank you very much. And Uluri, thank you very much for your kind-heartedness to the reviewers this morning. With that, I will say it will be an end to the program this morning. Till tomorrow for another exciting edition of Bystanders at the Newsstand. Dalu, Funigas. Thank you.